Before we jump into the episode, I want to talk to you about Drops and Collect by Soul Savvy. With Drops and Collect, you're able to stay ahead of the game. Using Drops, you can enter raffles and set alerts for any and all restocks, and it will help you never miss a release ever again, ever again. And after you cop some fresh kicks, use Collect to manage your collection. I'm still in the process of adding my kicks to Collect. But what's really cool about Collect is you can also make trades with other current users of Collect. And if you're a member, there's no fees. But if you aren't a member, don't worry about it. You just have to pay a flat rate of $8 per trade. Now, how do you get these apps? Just use the links in the description of this podcast. Download these apps and grow your collection by helping this podcast at the same time. That's right. Use the links in the description and start expanding your collection today. Hey, Ian, Matt, welcome to the podcast.
Yo, what's going on? Thank you for having us, man.
Yo, this is I gotta say, this is a long time coming. I want to say,
Yeah,
because like. I think I felt like when was that show that y'all did that we linked up at? Man, because it was right before the pandemic.
Yeah, so it was probably. You remember what 2019?
What borough? What borough was it?
Brooklyn, right? Baby.
Yeah, Baby's All Right.
Yes.
Y'all opened up for Cooley High.
Yep. Oh, it was probably 18, 19, possibly. I'm thinking almost 18.
Yeah, I want to say 19.
Oh, 19? Okay, so maybe it is.
Yeah.
Maybe
so the podcast did not exist, but for 2 years, I think that's what when I was talking to you, E, at the bar, I was like, I have this idea, because that's what like I was still being like, I was like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna start it, but should I start it or whatever? And then I ended up starting it during the pandemic. But
yeah, as you should.
You gave me your number, like, yeah, whenever you started, just let me know, I'll jump on. And then I never texted you, and
that's why it's been since 2019, and I finally now, and we're the ones that spearheaded this.
Right? But shout out to Adam, who is helping me out, helping me book people, or Scoob, as y'all call him. Just give him the nickname on here. Give him the nickname.
Childhood
belly to Don.
It's hard. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know if I ever called him Adam in my life. It's crazy.
It doesn't sound right. Yeah.
But we know, it's best to
Adam.
We want to give him the props, and we want everybody to know who he is. So we'll say Adam.
That's a fact. He was, because I worked with him for it was like 3 or 4 years or something like that. I don't know how long he was at DCB, but like he was always telling me about y'all, because I was the weird underground rap listener, and he was like, yo, my boys, they fuck with the music you fuck with, you gotta listen to this stuff. And I was just like, all right, fine. And so like, yeah, that's when I started listening to y'all. And then because like, what is it? I tried to put him up on. It wasn't like Mad Villainy. It was like something. It was like, I think I tried to put him up on. Damn, I'm trying to remember, but it was either like
something Doom related.
Not Doom related. It could have been like Dr. Octagon. I was like, you gotta listen, because like this was like iPod times, so I'm like, you gotta listen to this shit. He's just like, man, he's like, and I was just like, nah, it's fire, and he's like, I don't listen to this, and I was just like, he's like, but yo, my boys, they gonna be like, I'm telling you, they're nice, and I was just like, all right, and then that's how the origin of me learning who you guys were.
I mean, you gotta love it, man. Like that's kind of like our whole thing has always been like word of mouth. Like, I don't know, we've never had heavy like internet presence, no nothing. It's just, it really has been word of mouth. Everything for us is like backwards and just super unique and interesting. We're fascinated by how anybody discovers us, because it's not like internet clout, you know what I mean? So it's kind of interesting. Yeah, word of mouth has been the strongest.
Can't really explain it.
And it's spreading that Dopp gospel.
That's Dopp gospel. That's fine. And speaking of which, I mean, this is a perfect pivot. Speaking of which, for the listeners that are listening, how about you let y'all know? How about you let them know who y'all are?
Hey, we the Doppelgangers. Yeah. It's E right here, EP. Matter of Fact right here, MOF. We've been shit. When do we start Grimy Pack Entertainment?
2010.
Yeah, 2010. Yeah. Officially on the on the books, what I mean? make sure everything's right with the U.S. government.
Right.
Taxes, everything's good.
They go listen to this episode like, we got him.
Yeah, everything by the book. And we just, like we were saying just a second ago, man, just putting stuff out, having fun, and somehow, some way, they're reaching some people. And man, we can't really explain it, but we're thankful every day that we had people that listen to what we do, man. We just, and we just love making music. So, we always gotta feed the sharks, as we call it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
gotta feed them.
Yeah, let them know where to find you too.
Yeah, I mean, every on all social media platforms. I mean, the Doppelgangers, is the handle for all of them. It used to not be for the YouTube, but now it even is for the YouTube. So that's nice. Keeps it all concise.
The website doppelgangers.com has links to everything you need. If you have to remember one, you can just go there and it's has everything. But every single thing with Doppelgangers. We on Farmers Only, Christian Mingle with Doppelgangers. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
J dates.
Woo Plus.
Everything, you know what I mean? Every single
Chatterbait.
Everywhere.
All that. What was really dope. I was doing a podcast before this called Get Up on This 3.0, and so like I shouted you guys out. Like I was telling people, y'all gotta listen to them. And the week that I shouted you guys out, y'all was on the front page of Bandcamp that week.
And I was like, Bandcamp. Yeah, they always show us love, man.
That was Groggy Pack Volume 3.
Could be.
Yeah,
it could be.
It was the green cover, I think.
Oh, that's one.
That's one. All right, yeah. That, I had what was the song I had because I do playlists, so I had one song and I was like, this is. I still listen to that. I was like, I forgot the name of the song, but I'm gonna have to go back because it's gonna kill me. Yeah. My bad.
I can't remember what I ate in the morning, man. So
short term memory is tough.
Listen, right now it's been a heavy Redville. I've been listening to Redville a lot because I'm gonna go see him perform this week. Yeah, and so I mean, he's nice. He's nice as hell. So I was just like, I've been running through his music because I'm gonna see him on Wednesday. By the time this recording, this will be like weeks from now. So I have seen when this drops. When this drops, it's gonna be like I've seen it and I had a great time. Is what I'm gonna say.
New York show.
Yeah. He's gonna be at Williamsburg, Music Hall, Williamsburg.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, cool, really cool.
Yeah. I don't know why we shouting him about, but
yeah, because he listens to it and he put us on. That's great, man.
But let's do a hard pivot straight into the question, and that question that is the question that I ask everyone each week, and that is, what's your first kicks? What's that first pair of sneakers that you absolutely needed to have?
We said it already?
Set it off, man.
First pair. Okay, so my foot. Let me give you a little foot background.
Okay.
You know
I thought that was only for the OnlyFans.
Yeah. We're gonna give a little taste. We're gonna give a little taste, and then all the everybody who's into that can come mess with us on the other side. But I had straight grown man foot since, so like I wasn't getting, I never had a Jordan until I got it later, you know what I'm saying, ever. You know what I mean? So I never had youth foot ever. So I was size 12 foot from back in the day. So pretty much I wanted to get my favorite Jordan as a kid seeing was always 11s, just seeing them. You know what I mean? I remember when seeing them in '96 as a little kid, seeing people wearing them. I always wanted to get 11s, and so pretty much my first opportunity to get an 11 was the white and Carolina blue low 11 in 2001. And then it segued from there to bread 2000, bread 11s in December 2001. So my first two sneakers were 11s. You know what I mean? I missed the Space Jam release that year, but I had to just snag what I could snag. So they had those white and Carolina and white and red lows came out the same day.
Mm-hmm.
And I snagged the white and the white and Carolinas. Line hit the lineup, and it just set off a straight up addiction. Hit up a lot of lineups overnight. We didn't did we didn't did it all. We didn't been in spots at 10 p.m. waiting for the open time and hit up Times Square and go to the Bronx and it's sold out in the Bronx. Go to Yonkers, sleep in the car. It ain't here. Ridiculous. Everywhere.
Snowstorms.
Snowstorm. Yeah, and no matter the weather. So yeah, it got embarrassing. Ugly. It got ugly. It was ugly. It was ugly.
Yeah, I mean, what about you, E? What was your first kicks?
That was the most. I would say that's one of the most important for me too, because I got a job at 14 years old with the only intent was to get those sneakers. A kid I was in school with said, "Yo, I got a job at Nautica, at the you know the Woodbury Commons, right?
Of course.
Yeah. So he's like, "Yo, they're hiring at 14." The only other option was McDonald's, and he said Nautica is hiring. So I was like, "That's perfect." So a little 14-year-old me went and applied, got the job, and it was just in time. I got my first paycheck just in time to get those, man. So that was, yeah, I agree. The Carolina Blues for both of us, that was pivotal, man. That's like, it's like coming of age story, man. Like dudes were really, this is the first one we're gonna go out buy with our own money, and like Matt said, you're waiting on lines. It's a totally different experience. Like, this is not getting a gift from somebody. This is dude's sole intent was to get these. Whatever it took to do it, and dudes did it. So yeah, I look back on that fondly, man, because dudes are 14, man, just like let's.
I gotta say, man, like that build of 11 was hard body.
It was.
Like I still have those. I still have my first Jordans. I still have them and they don't for a sneaker that's from 2001. They don't look that bad because I got the Space Jams in 2000 and I want to say 9 when they came out again, and I also had the breads. I had the breads from remember the countdown pack.
Countdown packs.
Yeah.
So I had the 11s from the countdown pack, and I found those 11s were like just the quality wasn't as good as the 2011 ones, but I still have my 2011 breads and Carolinas. So yeah, they were built to last that year of 11s for sure.
I'm trying to find this damn shoe. I'm sorry, but so I can read it. But I do. That's the only Jordan 11 I have as well.
Let me see if
it's
it's Legend Blue. It's Legend Blue, but I'm trying to find the first.
Yeah, it should be 2001.
Yeah,
like Matt said, both came out. The red and the blue were both available.
The only thing I can read.
Low top, that thing.
That was it was the low top.
It's a low top. Yeah, it's a low top. It's a low. Yeah. So this was and that goes to show you too. It's like dudes are so freaked out. Like it wasn't even about like we're only gonna buy like original versions. Like this is who cares? Like baby blue low top. Like we gotta get them. Gotta get them, man, because it was so crucial. It was important. Like a lot of that like those websites like 23's back or something like that, where they
23's back,
post the release dates and stuff. I mean, dudes being homeroom, looking it up, seeing what's coming out next. Like this was big time stuff. And then you see the older kids in school, they've got all the kicks and stuff. So our first time, like you're getting money now, like not a lot. Dudes are spending their whole paycheck literally on the sneakers. But this is.
I was only able to find the 2021 release. So
it's called just if it helps. It's called White Columbia Blues.
What are you looking up?
I'm looking up Jordan 11.
Right, but I mean, what are you looking for as the result? Like,
I'm trying to just read like a little breakdown of the shoe.
Oh, this gotta be.
I'll try.
So,
but
the only thing I can find is Legend Blue, because like when I put in Columbia, nothing comes up. So it's under Legend Blue, or they don't have the they don't just have like the oldest 11 Legend Blue is from on here that I can read the description on is just from 2021. So I'm just gonna read that one for the listeners. Yeah. All right. It's wild that y'all both had the same shoe. Y'all going with the same shoe. I'm just gonna say that off the bat. But
it's doppelgang. It's doppelgang.
Yeah.
Everything's the same.
Everything's definitely the same. The Air Jordan 11 Retro Low Legend Blue delivers a low top edition of the OG colorway that Michael Jordan unveiled at the 1996 NBA All-Star Game. The build is faithful to the original mid top, featuring a white leather upper with a tonal patent leather mudguard and ballistic mesh tongue. A blue embroidered Jumpman at the heel gives the nod to MJ's alma mater, while a 25 stamped on the sock liner references the 25th anniversary of the shoe's worldwide debut. And that is the 2021 Legend Blue Air Jordan 11 Retro Low. That the retro the 11 low phase in high school had a chokehold on everybody.
Oh yeah.
That snakeskin
Yeah.
11, bro.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That was crazy.
I remember when somebody in my high school was like, "Oh, I gotta get the pink and the blue." No, it was the pink and the blue ones, and then they did like the mismatch, and I was like, "You're bugging, you're bugging, you're bugging, you're bugging."
One foot. I remember, man. I gotta say, man, like those sneakers. I mean, because I never really been like I'm more of like a black color wear. I usually just wear like black and the black and the Space Jams were and the white and black and the Space Jams and the black and reds were probably more my ideal 11. You know what I mean? But at the time, not having any Jordan and getting my foot in an 11, the white, I wouldn't buy a low top 11 right now, right? I probably wouldn't. But at the time, that joint felt like a high top. It felt like I might as well have Space Jams.
But there was buzz though. Because it was like the first time they did a low.
Yeah, everybody had.
It was a thing.
Yeah, because in our neighborhood, a lot of people had more people had the white and reds than the white and Carolinas.
Yeah.
Dudes I looked like I went to UNC for like a good year. Yeah. I had Columbia.
Yo, they would call you Tar Heel on the streets. It's like, yo, my man Tar Heel.
For a good year, you would have thought I went to UNC.
Oh yeah, he got the letter in the mail. He going. He's in there.
And it was interesting because the white and red ones, they were mesh. So they were closer to the regular 11, but the white and Carolina ones weren't mesh. They were all just leather. Like all leather.
Yeah, they were all leather. Yeah. So I mean, listen, the group chat did start off rough because I was like, no 16s. I don't like 16s. I think 11s are overrated. So like to me, that shoe, like I bought one because everybody was just like, oh yeah, you got to have one in the collection, blah blah blah. The one thing with my story with the 11s is I think my experience with buying my Carolinas was such a bad experience that it did sour me on 11s more. So like I won a raffle at Foot Locker on Times Square. You remember Foot Locker on Times Square with the next to the Toys R Us? And so for some reason, I don't know why, for this release, they had us all corralled like a bunch of like cows ready for slaughter inside of a gate, right? And then it took them 6 hours to make a line for us to get our 11s. Yeah. And so like I got them and I was like, I put them on. I was just like, these joints ain't even comfortable. And then that was it. I was just like, all that time waiting. It just snowballed into me not liking the 11s. But I do think like it's my snowshoe. Cause like it's durable.
It is. So wait, that was what 11 was that you were talking about?
The same ones. It's the highs. It's the original. Okay. It's the Legend Blue, but highs. But when they dropped it,
you're talking about they're all white though, right? You're talking about the Carolina
all white.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Ours,
Oh wait, did I read the wrong one? Hold on.
Well, ours is actually baby
Columbia.
blue.
You had the baby blue on the bottom.
I think it's considered Columbia blue. The panel.
Right.
I got them. They did retro in 2017. Yeah. I'm gonna read it again. This one's the right one. Here we go. Cool. First release in 2001, the Air Jordan 11 low UNC made its return in 2017, but y'all didn't get this pair. Well, I don't know if y'all did get this
pair. Just for nostalgia.
Yeah. The patent baby blue takes its color from Michael Jordan's alma mater, the University of North Carolina, where also Matt went to. I don't know why it's in that. Where his game-winning shot secured the championship for UNC in 1982. Other design details include a translucent sole, premium leather in place of ballistic mesh
Yeah,
of the previous iteration.
Right.
yes,
So
yes.
yeah,
So
yeah,
they were
yeah.
different. They were different. It was because they were leather top to bottom. So yeah, it was definitely unique in that regard because every other one has the mesh and all that. So, but I tell you one thing too. Like I think what it was we when we were little kids seeing the 11 when it came out in '96 and then seeing Jordan wearing and stuff. At the time, keep in mind there was more. It wasn't even like sneaker culture didn't kick in yet really in terms of
Right.
like at the level it's at now. So I
Mhm.
can understand why certain sneakers get played out to certain people because it's like a sneaker comes out and you see everybody wearing it for Nike Jordan brand that might be 2 years straight where Jordan might focus on one silhouette and it just different colors and he's like damn I'm tired of this sneaker, you know what I mean? But at the
Yeah.
time 11 could do no wrong at the time. It was like I don't care what color because I wouldn't even get a Columbia sneaker.
Right, that's not our.
It's not my color. But it was like, yo, I don't care. It could be this joint could be doo-doo brown. I'm copping it. It doesn't matter. I'm getting it, no matter what.
That's wild. I mean, I feel you on that. I definitely think I mean, I don't know if this is a bad term to use off, but I just call 11s like the hood classics, right? Like
It's a
you
statement, man.
gotta,
I mean,
yeah,
everybody says you have to have like a pair,
right.
at least a pair, like you said.
What's your favorite? If you had to pick one 11, what's your favorite colorway?
I mean, fuck. To be honest, there's a pair that I really wanted, but I didn't get them, and it's the velvet joint. You remember the velvet ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like there's only like it only came out in like not the blue one, it's the other one. It's the like Bordeaux colorway, like that wine colorway.
Yep. Oh, those. Okay. I think
But they didn't come in they didn't go all the way up to 13s. I would have copped. But yeah, that's that I think, and listen, that's maybe a hot take or whatever, but like I said, I realized over time, and we talked about it with the 16s. Well, I talked about it with the 16s. I don't like patent leather like that. So
I would never think to. It's just crazy how it worked. I mean, again, it could just be a hype thing, but seeing that for the first time, I gotta say, like, they did a hell of a job, man. Seeing the Concords for the first time, I was like, wow, this sneaker is like this is from another world, man. It's from the future. Like it was like seeing like being a young kid and seeing like the day they dropped, and you're already seeing like some older kids walk through the mall with them on, and you're like, holy shit, like this is not like any other shoe that's and your young mind processing that, like,
right.
And you're thinking like shiny, you know what I mean?
Right, shiny, ooh, shiny.
It's like you're wearing a gold chain on your feet. You know what I mean? This one's like jewelry. It's like foot jewelry at the time. It's like a toe ring. It's like a popping toe ring.
Toe ring, damn.
A popping toe ring, not the anklet. You get the little anklet.
Like Prodigy said, look at my anklet. R.I.P. Prodigy.
What's part of New York did you guys grow up? I mean, I think you guys still live there, right?
We're talking. So when we got these, we're talking Middletown, New York. So
Middletown.
So this is talking about Galleria in Middletown for this particular adventure. But like we were saying earlier, these are because a lot of you got to where you don't live in an area that gets quick strike or
right,
or maybe just the amount that they get is low. You got to line up in the Times Square, or you got to you might hit up a Fordham Road or hit up just all around the tri-state everywhere. In Jersey, a lot of Garden State Mall in Jersey. Yep. So yeah, we were just tri-state hunters. Yeah, for like for a minute. Yeah.
Did you guys had like a crew? Y'all was,
we'd show up like 20 deep.
Yeah.
20 deep.
I was gonna say, like, were you guys basically the sneaker community in Middletown?
Well, no, it's huge. It was huge.
I would say, you know what really threw me off? So I've been to some remote, like if you go to a remote area and get sneakers, and some of these places you could walk in, because I put it this way, Middletown was popping enough to where if you didn't line up, it's done. It's gone. Right. Mm-hmm. It's not one of them type, because I've been to a remote area to get sneakers before where you roll in there at 2 p.m. and they still got it. I've seen that before. It's rare, but it's like upstate New York or something like that. I got a pair of sneakers one time, like in like Syracuse, somewhere like that I happened to be, and I got the sneaker, no line, nothing. Wow. And I was shocked. This is a minute ago, but like but yeah, like if anything, I would say around here, they don't get as many as a bigger store, so it goes even quicker because you go into certain stores in Manhattan and the line could be 150 people and everybody's still getting it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like going to like a Times Square Foot Locker or something like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of inventory, but yeah, they might get the inventory isn't that. So if you're not, sometimes it just goes like that. It just goes too quick. So you're like, I'm not even gonna go there,
right?
Because the line is only like 50 people and we're done. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it is. So a lot of, and then like I said too, Middletown didn't get the quick strikes. They didn't get they got the more general release.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. You just get all the GRs. I mean, like all the because like that's where the most stock is, right? Yeah. And then when it comes to like the exclusive stuff, you got to be like, all right, you got to have your shops ready,
yep.
And then
what was it? Boutique shops have the accounts.
Yeah, you find you try to be friends with whatever tier 0 Nike account. Be like, yo, man, it was good. You need anything, man? I got you. You hungry? I got you. You guys are hungry, man. I got you, bro. Like,
it takes.
Yeah, I mean, you said you was rolling 20 deep. Why so many?
At the height?
We
all wanted them. We all wanted
certain points.
What was the last time y'all rolled 20 deep? When's the last time y'all?
When you get old like us, man, you stop rolling 20 deep.
That's what I'm saying, though. So, like, when's the last time y'all rolled 20 deep for a drop?
I'll tell you when. I'll tell you the last time. The last time is a minute ago, but so I couldn't even think. But I'll tell you one thing: the most egregious one was Great Fives in what year was that? 2006
or something.
I want to say around.
We were in college. I got them in Albany.
I want to say mid 2000s. Grade 5 was we must have been 20 deep in. We weren't even around our way. We were in Jersey. We were 20 deep at the Garden State Mall at 10 p.m. Waiting for the 8 a.m. open.
Was that midnight release?
Nah.
Next day?
Yeah, next day.
The dedication was real, man.
For Great Fives is crazy, bro. I never even thought that would be like, we here from the night before. We here.
Think about the first
for Great Fives.
Think about the first retro since the OG though. Right. This is the first one. I don't even know if it got. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on this, but I don't even know at the time if it got retro yet.
Right.
Since the OG 5 great release.
It was a big deal.
People went.
Nike Talk was going crazy.
I remember
Facebook
that though.
Forums. I remember I was on some Facebook forum shit with people like. It was a big deal, man. Like getting the grapes. Then didn't they show up in the Commons? B grades and dudes went crazy for that.
B grades.
Yeah.
Man, like the Great Fives that dropped a couple years ago, last year.
I never cared, right? Oh man,
I remember seeing a shift. I remember seeing a shift where it just felt like, it wasn't really, by the time I kind of got out the game, I remember my last couple of sneakers. I'm just like, I remember a couple, like you said, some of the crew that used to do it dwindling at this time. You know what I'm saying? Now we're just hanging out. It's like two dudes limping and me. We just dwindling. We fading out. Trying to hold the ground. And I remember
he's Matt's on the line like, hey, listen, man, I know we vets in this game, but I think I'm about to pull a card. I'm thinking my accessoride is coming for me.
You know what I mean? It felt like it was the end, and I remember thinking like, damn, like I don't even know, people really care about sneakers anymore because there used to be sneakers sitting more. Because at the time we were talking about, there was no such thing as sneakers sitting.
Nope.
So I started to see it sitting and. You could just go in and get certain, like you said, certain GRs aren't selling out. And I was like, wow, like that's crazy. Because, around the time we're talking about, gone. Every time. Gone.
Every time.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it is. It's basically like that now, which is annoying.
It's crazy. That's right. It's like it never left. It never left, man. So
listen, that's the effect of the Galaxy phone posit. I say it on here all the time. I don't know if y'all try to get that, but that damn shoe, man.
The only foam I ever had was I had a Dr. Doom foam, which is fire. I had a Dr. Doom foam, and I had eggplant foam, and the copper foam.
Oh, you was robbing people. Telling me.
Those Dr. Dooms though.
The Dr. Dooms was fire. The Dr. Dooms was fire. I mean, eggplants are coming back, so I really like them. My feet's too big, man. Like I can't. Like it
Now,
literally looks like an eggplant now. Like
I never had a pair, so I don't,
yeah,
I don't know.
I've been trying to tell E that you should get a pair of
you
phones.
gotta, they dropping. You should get. That's it. It's time.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I'm size 12, so
Yeah.
I'm definitely. I feel you, man. I definitely am weird. Like I'm a little skeptical of certain shoes that I think looks like a boat in a bigger size, in a size 12 shoe. And I ain't gonna lie. Phones to me, I actually don't feel like I'm wearing a boat when I'm wearing a phone.
Yeah, I don't think they look crazy.
Yeah. You know,
Nah.
but I got a narrow. My foot is. I don't got my foot is narrow. If somebody got a wide foot, then I can see. You know, because it's a hard body shoe. The shoe is definitely hard body.
I don't know. I think it's just like I like my shoes to have enough space in the front where the laces don't go all the way to the front, right? So I think
that's such
that
an interesting design.
yeah, like it's just like it just looks bulky to me. And then when you put it on your feet and you like if you put like there's no tongue to cover up. There's no like you literally is just like you put your pants on or whatever, you're wearing shorts with them and you look crazy. You got tube socks on, like like I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's a unique experience wearing a phone. That's a unique experience. Yeah, it's not a regular sneaker. That's for sure.
Would you perform in a foam?
I think I have.
Probably have.
I think I performed in an eggplant phone.
I think you have.
Yeah. I think I did, man. You know, I think they
call
it extra security that night.
Yeah. He's like, no, security's like, nah, he's one of us. Don't worry about it. We got
it. Black on black phone security.
He's like, don't worry, man. If somebody crowd serve, he got us. Don't worry about it. What about you, E? Like, what are the shoes that you were like, yo? I mean, was it just like y'all both were just with Jordans, or just like did you just branch out?
Didn't really dabble too much. It was Jordans, man. Like, I think I had a pair. I had a pair of Frank Thomas Reeboks.
Okay.
So that when I was young.
You used to like Air Max 95.
Yeah. I did like Air Max 95s. I'm actually getting more into Air Maxes now that I'm older. I've been trying out a couple different. But I mean it was always Jordans, man. That's kind of.
I branched out a little. Like I used to have I used to have some Griffeys and some I had some Air Max 90s. I had matter of fact for the Fantastic 4-pack I had them Johnny Flame 95s. Remember them those? Crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did try to get some a little while ago. I had a bunch of Air Force Ones that were like, I mean, white on whites, I used to have a million of those, but I used to get like, I got like Brazils and there was a point in time when I had a bunch of different colorful patent leather Air Force Ones like that were like the World Cup joints, some of the joints from the World Cup, you know what I mean? And then besides that, like you said, foams, and then a couple some dunks. But yeah, I would say if I had to choose one, it was probably mostly. I've always been mostly Jordan. Yeah, mostly Jordan. Yeah. I branched out just more Nike. You know what I mean? More Nike branched out, but I never really branched out in other brands too much. I'm not against it. I'm not like holding the X out to the branches.
Yeah, just what it was.
You're just writing bars about it. It's just like it's like, nah, man, I don't mess with that. It's only checks, like checks over stripes, like you being like that, like.
I've seen some sneakers that I've been like, hey, those are really nice, But real talk. I guess Jordan was kind of like first love.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it was listen, we weren't like trendsetter dudes. It was what everybody was doing. So like your whole neighborhood is talking about, we're gonna go get these. You gotta go get them.
Think about Mike. Think about
you gotta
watching Jordan. You know what I mean? Think about just from a basketball standpoint what Michael Jordan represented. This is like if I could be like Mike and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like Jordan was like, he was like basketball Jesus. So it was just a lot. It was a lot adding fuel to the fire. The Jordan fire. You know what I mean?
You was hitting the court in a pair of J's though. Where you hitting the court in a pair of J's?
Older ones.
Never.
Older ones.
You know what's funny though? We would be hanging out in our neighborhood, and dudes, especially at that time. I mean, definitely were not walking around bummy. Like, oh, that was our thing. Always, you always had new sneakers and stuff. And you would see people playing at the basketball courts. And you go to say what's up, and in your back of your mind, you're like, somebody's going to ask you to play, and you're going to get sucked in. You're like, I'm going to say no, I'm going to say no. So there's been instances where you think you're wearing something nice, you have new sneakers on, and you might play a game, in a pair. I mean, just because the peer pressure is too much. Play a game, go on, play a game, bro. And I've done that. I've not ruined a pair, but I'm very OCD. I don't like my sneakers getting feeling like I've sweated them out. And it's a big turnoff, man. After you get a fresh pair and you feel like you sweated in them, and it's like I can't. I don't look at them the same after that.
They try to even like you were saying with the first pair and stuff like that. Dudes going extra hard with the cleaning.
Oh my God.
Cleaning every day.
Oh yeah, every day.
Stuffing them. Trying to get the foot the crease on the toe box out and all that. You know what I mean? And,
it's just sickness.
It's just really going crazy. But I mean, it's dudes weren't trying to walk on a patch of grass.
Walking like penguins.
Yeah, straight sidewalk, street. Not even a patch of grass between the sidewalk and the street. Nope. Not even that. Straight sidewalk, street. But yeah, it was an obsession. I remember one time I was coming from I was driving. I went to like a party you familiar with like the Bear Mountain area? Like over there. This was like Peekskill. I went to like a party in Peekskill or something like that, and I was coming home like no lie, it must have been like 4 a.m. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't, I don't be doing that drink and drive type shit. So I made sure I'm good when I was dipping. So I had like
I love the disclaimer. I love this. Don't worry, I don't drink and drive, guys.
Nah, that joint's crazy, man. And even just forget the danger. Think about the cost. That's 10 racks automatically right there.
No sneakers.
But,
sneakers after that.
Yeah. So I had some people following me from out of town that weren't familiar with the area. So I got pulled. Me and 2 other cars. You ever see one cop pull over 3 cars? That's me. That happened to me, right? Pull all of us over, right? So all of us pull over. So I'm talking to the dude. It's raining. I got a bag. I got 2 bags over my penny fours, I think. I got 2 plastic bags, and he was like, so he's talking to me, and then your man, pulled me out the car, and he was talking to me, and he was like, yo, why you got bags in your shoes? And I was like, nah. I was like, man, I just got these petty fours, man, and I just, it was raining and walking through grass. I ain't trying to get. And he was like, oh, okay. He was like, I understand. Yo, no lie. The dude's mood changed. And for some reason, he was so fascinated by that he just like, I wasn't doing anything illegal, but his demeanor changed. Like it's almost like he was like my ally, my comrade. And he was like, yo, you guys get home safe. And he was
gave you a badge.
Yeah. He was like, get home safe. So I gotta say, like sneaker maintenance, saved my night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It shows your character.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Who could have violated me? It was in the pitch black in the middle of the Palisades. You know what I mean? But yeah, but there's been, like you said, man, maintenance was huge. Yeah, huge.
I mean, it would have been hilarious if you were just like, nah, I got the dope gear, right? And you just start talking like, nah, these shoes is dope. You know what I mean? Like,
dope. What do you mean dope?
Dope? What do you mean? Hands on the car. That's wild. First of all, I've never seen a cop pull stop 3 cars. That's wild. That siren must have been loud. Like, because it's 4 cars back for you to be like, oh snap, somebody's pulling us over. And then
he puts the hand out.
Hand gestures. Straight cutting in, telling you like this and cutting in. But,
that's wild, man. Yeah, that's wild.
I thought he wanted for a second, I thought he wanted the sneakers. He was like, can I see the sneaker? He said, you mind if I see the sneaker? I was like, yeah. And I showed him. He was like, oh, okay. He was like, yeah, those are nice. He was like, man, I love the sneakers, man. But yeah, I gotta say too, man, as a side note, one of the best feelings in the sneaker world is giving a pair of sneakers to somebody is a great feeling, man. You know what I'm saying? It really is, man. Like to see somebody just blessing like your peoples or like to say, yo, you know what? Yo, take these right here. Beautiful feeling, you know what I mean? So,
when was the time you've done that?
There's been times when I did it a few times actually. Just like a friend, we about to do something like shoot a video or something like yo, try these right here. So I got them. I haven't worn them, and because my whole thing is there was a point in time when I had sneakers. I'm like, yo, I haven't worn these sneakers in 5 years.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, let somebody else have them. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, I don't even feel like, I don't even feel like selling them, going through the process. I'm like, yo, let's let somebody's gonna enjoy it. But not like, I like seeing the videos and like we see like the kids in school like blessing their classmate.
Yeah.
Like, those videos are beautiful. I love that.
Those videos are super dope.
Yeah.
He's like, Matt's like, he's like, yo, man, here, let me, I'm gonna give you these MF Doom SBs real quick. You're like,
Just might.
Those were fire, man. Those were fire.
He's like, nah, these are grails. Like that's like that would be the craziest thing, right? If you shoot a video, if you have, I don't know if you have a pair, if y'all have a pair, and I don't know how much, but yeah, if that's y'all grails either, but like when you get to that level or like get the opportunity to be like, all right, we could write off whatever you want.
Right.
You go, would you, is that the shoe that you're gonna be like, all right, for the video we need these for the video.
I mean, if you have the budget and the means and the access.
I mean, to see somebody's face when they get that would be crazy, man. I tell you, that dunk era was crazy, man. Like I had a friend who was heavy in the dunks, and I remember one time he came through, and he came through the crib with a pair of Tiffany dunks, the first lows that came out, the first black and Tiffany lows that came out.
Yeah.
I remember just looking at them like, damn, which is crazy. You know what I mean? I remember like the craze for those was wild. Like people were ODing for those. But yeah, that dunk craze was was crazy. There were so many popping dunks that came out in that era. Like MF Dooms, those were fire, man. Like I used to want all the that was an era of where you had to be plugged in to get some of them joints.
For sure.
Yeah, like a friend of mine, he knew a dude at a skate shop, and he was able to snag, some crazy dunks because he knew the dude who owned the skate shop. You know what I mean? So you had to be really plugged in to get some. Like it was hard to get some of them joints, definitely.
I mean, it's not like that now, but that era of being like you did all the footwork just to be like in good standing to be able to even have a chance to get a pair. Like you don't get none of that now. All of this is just click and buy, and that's it. If you don't got it, you just got to spend money. That's it. You got to spend more money. So yeah. What? I mean, you were just recently overseas, so like, did you take a look at the boutiques out there, or like
we
I don't know what the schedule is like. I know the food be looking tasty.
Yeah,
I see
the
gram. There's always some pasta. So like your Instagram is like a episode of Fuck That's Delicious. So
action definitely sets the gold standard, man. But I mean it's a great time to experience food when you're we can't go where we want to go all the time because you talk about like a 2-hour window between after you sound check and then we like take showers and stuff before we go on stage. We don't want to stink, whatever. But so you're not going everywhere you want to go, but I mean, let alone trying to go to like a sneaker store or something like that. Our tour manager gave us a really nice list of places to go, and just couldn't do it. No time.
Damn.
No time.
That's tough.
Yeah,
that's tough.
It is what it is, man. We need to kind of cushion our tours with like a week ahead, and then stay a week after. And I mean, shit, you might even need more time. We did a couple days before and did a couple days after, and it's not enough. It's not enough time.
Yeah, it goes quick, man. I tell you, the closest one time, like I want to say a couple tours back. Well, it was a little while ago. There was some black and blue ones coming out. You know what I'm saying? I always loved ones, and I never had black and blue ones before. And I had a guy, you know what I'm saying, that I was like, when we stopped doing the lineups, I had a guy who I would just say, yo, just get me, because he still had his whole network going with younger dudes. He got like a network, his man going there doing this. So I used to just say like, yo, just get me these and get me these. Like that was just, I just make the call, right? And it was kind
of my bad. You plugged in. My bad. You the plug
at the time, right? So we were going on tour, right? And I was dying to get these. And I was like, oh, I'm good. I'm all set. So I was like, yo, just get me these ones. They were coming out while we were on tour. So while we were on tour, I saw them in store. I saw them. Like I could have bought them a million times over. I came back like, yeah, let me get them. Man, I was like, yo, my fault. He was like, couldn't get him. I was like, I was shocked. I was like, what? I passed these by like 20 times in like 20 different countries, and my own country don't have it. I said, I was disappointed in America. I was disappointed in the USA because they went like he couldn't get him. It was that crazy. So
he's like, my nation let me down.
Yeah.
That's wild. What's your preferred shoe to be like on stage, or like what? Like, have you ever und'd the shoe and be like, yo, we here, like this is the one, like this, we about to rip it up. Yeah.
Like a big artist comes out, you're performing at MSG, beautiful stage, like you'll never touch dirt at like our show. Dudes are bruised after the show. Dude, shit is ripped up. Might be dirt all over, beer all over us. There's no way. Unds like a shoe that you like.
No, we can't. On tour, you can't bring a sneaker that you care about on tour like fully. It has to be. I try to use a sneaker that's on the way out, or a sneaker that like I had. There was one time I randomly had like some 17s from like the countdown pack, something like a sneaker that I have that I haven't worn, and I'm like, let me just run through these joints. I like them, you know what I'm saying, but they're all black too. Yeah, and they're all black. Let me just run through these joints. So it got to be a sneaker laying around or on the way out. Yeah, because they go into war out there.
There's no like getting like fresh for like a Dopp show, like
be sweating it out.
There's like people are spilling beer on the stage and the shit is ricocheting and like. You end up outside talking to the
crowd, like jumping around in the crowd,
we grass, and like it's like being a kid again. Like,
honestly, I think you might as well come through with like combat boots. Combat boots.
Yeah, it's no place for a new sneaker.
You got to start. You got to cop those. What is those those Yeezys that look like a Tyrannosaurus head or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Those would be perfect.
So ready for the
like a snow boot shoe or whatever. Yeah, those joints. Well, if you were like, all right, we about to headline Madison Square Garden or something like that, like something crazy, like
that changes things because it's gonna, you're just on the controlled stage,
controlled environment.
Yeah, I don't even know if I have a shoe anymore. I go through weird phases, man. Like I'll look at a shoe like I love and just be like, like it doesn't even like hit me the same anymore. Like I'm really weird, man. I just I don't know, man. I'm it's kind of out of it, kind of. I guess. I'm sure certain things can bring me back in. Nostalgic releases, things that maybe I've had in the past or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. Nothing's like I don't have like that. If this was 10 years ago, I would have listed shoes and shoes and shoes. Like I'm wearing this on this day. If we do, but it just I don't know. I'm so far removed, I guess these days. Like it just doesn't hit the same.
Man, it's tough, man.
Something comfortable. That's like more of the question now. It's like, if you're performing, just something like comfortable and that can get beat up and you won't care.
Yeah, definitely. There's always sneakers that you love. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I could pick like a grail. You know what I'm saying? I would have to it'll probably take me a little while to sit down and think of a shoe that. Maybe I was like, damn, I wish I had that. And maybe 15 years ago, I was like thinking like that. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, kind of been at the game. Sold some sneakers, gave some away. Kind of like I don't know if sneakers have the same weight just because dudes just been on the grind with this music so much that it's like kind of just took over everything. You know what I mean? Like it's like I don't think about nothing anymore but music. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think when we were a little younger, it was almost like sneakers was probably top. I would say it's probably top 3 of just what you just talking and thinking about this. What's the next release? You're gonna get this one. You're getting that one. What are we gonna do to get the money for this one? We out here. We making schemes together to try to get the money for this. Who's gonna?
What? I gotta hear a scheme. Give me a scheme. What's a scheme? Come on.
It's a statute of limitations.
The only thing I say.
Why you robbing delivery men? What's going on?
The only thing I say is that there was a point in time when dudes had a lot of just store credit in different stores. You know what I'm saying? That's all I say. Like just figuring out ways to just get get money that's not money. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense, but
that makes sense.
Yeah. Get money.
We know about the polo era.
Get money that's not actual money. You know what I mean? Because you're young, like you said, you're probably working. Dude's first job is probably like six. I mean, around that time.
I mean, minimum wage.
$5.15 was minimum wage. Yeah. My first job was laser tag.
Okay.
And was $6 an hour. So like you said, we used
well,
to
which guy were you? Were you like, here's the vest and the guns, or were you?
Which one first? Yeah, I did that. I did a little tutorial. I did that. Mm-hmm. I did. I hosted like a party of like, let's say it was like a party of like 25 8-year-olds, something like that. I would be like the party host, and then just cleaning and everything, man, everything.
I wish I was there for that. Matt probably unenthusiastic. He's just like, all right, here's have fun.
I gotta say,
don't point it at your eyes. Like, I
gotta say though, man, it was definitely like definitely was I by nature, I mean, I was probably more of like a shy kid, what I'm saying, believe it or not. But I gotta say, like stuff like that, yeah, you gotta you watch your show whether you like it or not. We're talking to a room full of 30 people every 45 minutes or whatever it is, something like that. And then the other I used to hook everybody up. People know they come through, and I would give out free, like school done got a lot of free laser tag games. Come through, you get that. But like you said though, man, you get you working $6 an hour, and then the thing is, so when you're like 14, 15,
you can only work so many hours.
Only so many hours,
right?
So by the time you get your check, let's just say it's a couple hundred something, you might just go to the NBA store, get one authentic, one hat, check done.
Check's done.
That's or just one pair of sneakers done. So that's just how it was. You know what I mean? So dudes were trying to find alternate ways. You know what I mean? So nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing too incriminating. Dudes were trying to find alternate ways to. And again, how many people? How many people got in trouble for sneakers? They got there's a lot of people. There's people
countless.
People get killed over sneakers, doing time over sneakers. Like the level of importance was definitely like too high.
Yeah.
Overall,
I mean, even now, I think too many people are just like putting too much emphasis behind like what's coming out, the hype stuff that's coming out. Like I just like collecting old stuff right now. I'm into like stuff that I was too broke to buy when it dropped.
Yeah, that's cool. But that's cool. That's value. There's a sentimental value.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I do get new releases, but like it has to, for me, it has to be like it has to hit me in like a personal way. Like I'm not gonna just be like, oh yeah, I like this shoe. All right, I'll spend $180 on it. Like, nah, it's got to be like, yo, this shoe means such and such to me, and I'll get it. Like, I mean, hold on. My favorite Jordan model is the Jordan 4, so I had to get these.
Oh, those are really nice. Yeah. I thought those were really nice. Yeah, I thought those were really nice. Yeah.
And I'm also, I got, when I first got into sneaker culture, it was in SBs, like that SB community.
Right.
And so I was just like, nah, I have to get it. So I got lucky and got a raffle win on that, and I didn't have to pay resale. So yeah,
nice.
And those had the I never got a chance to even like see it in person, but those got the they got the SB like cushiness to it, right?
Yeah. So the whole thing is literally reconstructed so you can skate it.
That's cool.
And then for the listeners, I'm showing off my SB4s. But bro, these joints hurt. I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I don't know why, but the left foot on this feels different than the right foot. Like the right foot's mad comfy, but the left foot like it like pinches mad like for some reason over here. But they retooled it so like the toe box is longer.
Interesting.
And so like, and it's all like it's like comfy material, like it's like soft leather and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I still love them. I just got to figure out a way to break that part in. You know what I mean?
I thought they would be SB dunks are like
they're mad comfy.
Yeah,
they're mad comfy.
Yeah, it's like, but I thought so. So a person who skates would actually be able to skate in those.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, there's lots of once the shoe was dropping, they had like Eric Costin on the sneakers app talking about like, yeah, I've been skating these prototypes and such, and he was been like, yo, I used to skate fours back in when he first started skating, and I was just like, cool, that's fire. So yeah.
Yeah, I like that colorway is really
it's nice.
Really nice, man.
Yeah, I hope they do a bread. If they do a bread, woo, get me in there.
Yeah.
That's
I'll tell you one thing.
Cement.
You know what fours I got that I just love, man. I love so much. I got the Tour Yellows.
Oh, those are
I should have joints right there, man. Yeah. Like, it was like the day when that day Black Cats came out, and then so we were in
Yonkers, right?
Fordham Road, actually. Sammy.
No. Right. Couldn't get.
Yeah. So I got them in Sammy's in Fordham, and we got Black Cats. Everybody, the whole squad got Black Cats, and I was like, you know what? We get these Tour Yellows, man. And I gotta say, them joints are crazy, man.
Way better than the Black Cats.
They never.
I don't know why I got the Black Cats. Like, what the hell?
They never came out again.
I mean, I hope you still got them because the Black Cats are like going for crazy bread right now.
Really?
Yeah, they're going for like, they are. They're going for like almost close to 2 Gs.
Oh, the OG Black Cats or the new?
Yeah, OGs.
Yeah, I think I beat them into the ground.
Yeah, those were like instant beaters. Yeah. Like, we didn't really care for
them. You could really put them on eBay and get a quick 400.
Probably,
probably. Yeah. Tour Yellows, man.
Tour Yellows, nice.
Yeah. I had a guest on, Rob Hayes, because I do an episode of the podcast called Kick Talk, where we talk about shoes that we think people should be, aware of, because, that's like sneaker news, or like the way sneakers talk about is always about what's coming out next. So I was just like, I want to highlight, stuff that's been out. And so he brought those up, and I was like, damn, I totally forgot about those shoes. Yeah. Those Tour Yellows are
so nice.
That cement on the around the edge. I was like, yeah, these is it.
I wanted to get a retro those at all, because I definitely would want to get those if they come back out.
I mean, listen, if the 17s is coming back out,
so the low 17 with the I don't know if they're calling those yellow ones. Those are nice. I don't know if they call those Thunder or whatever, but I really like those. I never had a pair of lows.
The ones with the like the
little sock
thing.
Yeah.
Those come out. Okay.
Yeah, those are nice. I like those.
Yeah. You like 17s?
That was another big moment in my life, because everybody was all about retros. Everybody's like, it's kind of over after 14s. Maybe people are like, I'm done. Those 17s, man, like, they're kind of wild, but like the suitcase it came in with the DVD, that was, or CD, I guess, like that was
CD.
Epic moment in time, man. But I gotta say, comfortable as fuck. A little like hot. They get hot, but man, we were like into it. We really thought that was like a cool, like, for the first time, like, wow, a new Jordan. That like
he had the white and blue. Yeah, I had the white and red, and then I had the black chrome with the countdown pack.
Right.
But we got a soft spot for them.
Yeah, I do. I wouldn't get the highs again, but those lows, those yellow, white, and yellow,
the white and yellow ones do look good. Yeah. Y'all, I just gotta ask, like, y'all live together, or y'all always live together? Because
always. We might as well though.
He's attached at the hip, bro. He's like, I got those. I was there. We got those. I was like,
I mean, growing up,
we know each other since we were tiny. So it was just like,
but it was so.
Y'all met. I was gonna say y'all met at the hospital at that point. You was born. Y'all was born in the next crib of each other. And you just dapped each other up. You was like, we're gonna do this together.
Right down the street. Well, I mean, that's what we're kind of trying to say, though. It's like during that time, like, you just go outside and everybody you know is outside, and everybody's talking about the latest release, and that's why we would go like 20 deep. Not everybody's driving. If you're younger, you don't have your license, and you're getting in the car with the the older dudes, whatever. And like, it was a big deal, man. It's like, and you felt the pressure. Like, it might not even be a shoe that you really wanted, but dudes are like, yo, we're going this day. Everybody, and it's just, that's what it was, man. It's like, and everybody kind of just moved as a unit, and you didn't think for yourself, man. It's just like, it's just group mentality, group thing. So,
y'all never got into any fights. Like, we rolled that deep. I feel like, on a line, like,
people.
Somebody tried to skip. Yeah, try something.
I
He's like,
mean,
whoa, whoa, whoa.
he and I knew like
I've been in some places where not that we got in fights, but definitely you've seen some, like you were talking about with the Times Square joint. There's been some times when I've been I remember it was the sevens. It was Flint Gray and it was Cardinal sevens.
Yeah.
Me and my man were going to get both of them, right? And we had a shit ton of store credit at I forgot what store, but we were in the Bronx and we were going to get these sneakers, and like you said, the line turned into just a circle. And then
no organization.
Line turned into a circle, and then NYPD came and said shut down the release, said that that the store couldn't open to sell because there's too much going on, rowdy. So we were like, yeah, what we gonna do? So we just drove to another. We went to like Yonkers or something like that. We just like slept in the car until the store was open, and then we got them both that day. But like a lot of situations where other people are acting up, and then they mess up for everybody.
Yeah.
Because
wasn't it Space Jams? People like trampling each other, like some shit. Dudes were jumping over. I wasn't there for that, but
talking about the one 2001 or
this is a
or 2000.
Maybe it wasn't Space Jams. It was definitely an 11. I want to say. And I think you guys were there. I think it was Jersey. And they busted through the.
Oh yeah.
Dudes are like jumping off the escalator.
So just people wilding out, and then just and then like you said, like you were saying, like whether it's the local police, whether it's security. I've been to a couple releases where they shut them down and said that like the store is banned from selling them for an hour because it's people bugging out and all that type of stuff like that, man. Another thing too, like we were saying too, man, is like straight safety, man. Like how many people in certain areas were getting robbed with the sneakers they just bought 10 minutes ago? You know what I mean? Go walking around, showing them off in the box and all this type of stuff. Like, it's a shame how many people lose their lives over. Like, sometimes you hear these stories and it's just sad. Like, be like a 15-year-old kid, you know what I'm saying, getting murked over something. It's sad. You know what I mean? So, but like you're saying, man, like I love sneakers, but I don't love it that much to jump off an escalator onto a person. That's like,
to get it around.
Yeah. Dude trying to do like a frog splash off the escalator. So, it's too much. That's when it gets too much. It's like you're risking your freedom, your livelihood.
Yeah,
I can't do that.
Yeah, yo.
I'm down to risk sleep. I was down to risk sleep. That's
right.
Yeah, that's worth it.
That's about it.
Even I was down to risk sleep, but like once it came to lines and stuff like that, I was just like, I got fucked over too many times for me to be like, all right, I'm still doing this, especially not now. Like I'm like, if I get them, I get them. Like I'm not, if I'm able to walk into the store and get them, I'm gonna buy them. Like that's how my if the sneaker gods bow, like we're like, here you go. I'll be like, all right, I got the money. Here you go. Like what I mean.
That's a mature, that's a good mentality.
Yeah, you're not too down and out. But there's people heartbroken.
Yeah, so many people heartbroken over sneakers, and I'm like, no. It sucks sometimes, like when it with the Run the Jewels dropped the SBs. Yeah. So I'm trying to get the highs because I got the lows, but I'm still like I mean, it can wait. Like I'm not like pressing people, be like, nah, y'all gotta give it to me. Blah, blah. Like I tried my best, and that was it. You know what I mean? But listen, we're down to towards the end of the podcast, and at the end of the podcast, I like asking another question just to like close it off. And so, but it comes with a scenario, right? Yeah. And so I want y'all to think about that time. Y'all got the UNC lows, 11 lows, and then like remember yourself as a kid. Now you traveled back in time behind yourself. What as y'all. Both of y'all standing behind both of y'all trying to open both of these boxes. What would you tell yourselves?
I mean, definitely kind of like we've been talking about, like, it's really not that serious. I will say, though, I didn't have this mind frame when I was, I just literally got a job to try to get sneakers, which sounds sickening. But sneaker culture taught me a lot of cool lessons about, like, business, about, like, almost like investing. The fact that these sneakers weren't losing value and you could sell them. And, just like, having something that you're passionate about and being into something. I think there were a lot of good takeaways. Like, like we said, there's a lot of dumb shit. Like, I'm just trying to wait on lines and be out all night, whatever. But I actually think there's a lot of good takeaways. I would still encourage my young self to do it because there was a lot of things that you learned about, and then just the group like community aspect, meeting other people who were into it, and like we said, just our friends. It was such a bonding, cool thing. It was this like this fake pressure, like you can't miss out. It was just fun, man. Like I definitely look back on it fondly. If I was standing over myself, I would definitely ask myself, why are you smelling them? Smelling the inside. I'll never forget just like looking at them and just being like, oh my God, just like smelling them. Like, why? Like,
you be like, put the shoe down. It smells the same. Like,
I remember distinctly that what them 11 smelled like too. Because I remember like I never forget. But I agree though, man. Like I would probably like nothing negative. I want to look back. I don't look back negatively. I'll probably just say like it ain't that serious. You know what I mean? Like if you weren't able to get a pair of sneakers, it ain't the end of the world. You know what I mean? I remember I was sad as hell because I didn't get a pair of True Blues. I want to get a pair of True Blues that didn't line up. Yeah, you're missing out on a couple of sneakers and stuff like that. But yeah, I would just probably just say it's not that serious. Like you said, I like the mentality you're talking about. It's like, do I want these in an ideal world? Would I have these sneakers? Yes. Am I gonna pay, an amount that makes me uncomfortable? No. Am I gonna, do anything that's too time consuming? Nah. You know what I'm saying? Like if I kind of take a look around and I happen to see them for a price that I'm comfortable with, then that's all good. I'm not breaking my back for the sneakers, So I would say that I probably would have said. I think who needed advice was like probably high school era. High school era was animals. I would tell high school era to just step away from the sneakers. That's what I would tell. Animals,
sickness.
Yeah, animals. Yeah, but that young, it was still like it was still pretty innocent. It wasn't too crazy. But I would say I would probably tell myself, listen, man, a couple of years, you about to be a fiend. Just slow down a little bit and save your money. At least, like you said, at least sneakers.
It's like a worthy investment.
At least sneakers. Every one of the sneakers I ever got, I sold them beat up for a profit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Every one of them. I never had it. I couldn't tell you any time where I got a sneaker and it was just DOA.
Right.
Like I don't. I remember E sold some. Yeah, we sold some beat up sneakers before.
Right before the Cement 3s retroed and I guess part of this countdown pack. So 2008, I sold my 2001 pair. They were destroyed. I'm telling you, destroyed. I didn't take any means to clean them, fix them, and I made a profit on it because the dude was like, "I'm gonna fix them up." He messaged me.
Right.
He said, "I want them. I'm gonna fix them up. I don't know when they're retroing because I think this was probably 2006, maybe." So yeah, I literally made money on a pair that I'm telling you, I beat the shit beat to death. I played basketball in them, probably just worked in them, whatever, and made profit. That was a good, like I said, that was a good learning experience. Like there's things out there. You learn about investment, you learn about value things, you learn about how supply demand, all that stuff, man. So it was good lessons, man, because you could have just had a hobby that maybe it was just something and there's nothing wrong with that, but we could have been doing something that there wasn't any further lesson to take from it. So like Dude said, no regrets. I got the no regrets with tattooed, and man, just like he said, just around more high school going into college, it was becoming a little scary. You know what I mean? Just gotta have them. I was in college in Albany. And I again got a job at Finish Line to make money and hopefully have first dibs on whatever. But like you said, when the grapes came out, Finish Line didn't have them, so I had to go to this boutique, and it was their rules. So and they switched the rules. So initially it was first come first served. Then the dude said no, we had a ticket. So I'm like, what? I didn't know about this. And my size was the display size, and I was able to get them. But like,
Wow.
I mean, but like, dudes aren't studying. Like, I probably had a test or whatever. I had to go to class. Like, like it's ridiculous, man. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. So like, when I think back on stuff like that, like this is dumb.
I mean, but you still gotta love it. You still gotta love it.
Yeah.
Without it, you're not here. Without it, you're not here.
I think it's a lot of like we talking about, man, driving all over the tri-state. This don't have it go here, that don't have it go there. Like you said, man, just over the top. I mean, I'm getting it even just when you think about just money, like just like we said, touched on earlier, like trying to scrounge it up in different ways and all this type of stuff. That's when it starts getting a little ugly, because then it's like you're kind of in that zone where you might be willing to do certain things that you wouldn't normally do in your everyday life for the sake of getting the sneakers. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of kids, you hear a lot of stories from a lot of kids that say like, yo, I started doing this to get sneakers. I started doing that to get sneakers. Like sneakers is like it really is like a gateway into like, trying to just like make funds happen out of nowhere. Like it really is a gateway. So I would say that's probably the only thing I would say that for a kid right now that's like 16 or something like that, I would say, yo, it ain't worth like that, trying to get a pair of sneakers where you might potentially could be dabbling into something that could get you into trouble or an altercation on the line, like you're talking about, all that type of stuff. I think that once it gets into that zone, then it's like, it's too far. You know what I mean? But besides that, if you have the money and it's not something that you need to eat or you need to pay your bills or none of that, because that's it's almost like gambling at that point. You spend the money you don't have. So like, as long as it ain't messing with your finances, you ain't hurting anybody, you're not doing anything illegal, it's all fun. It's all fun. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, like, I think sneakers is like probably top of the list. The reason why younger people like get into things that they probably shouldn't. It's up there, man. It's up there. It really is.
That's that status symbol, man. That's that status symbol.
It's up
you
there.
know.
So.
Yo, but thank you guys for jumping on this podcast, man. I don't know why I don't know why I'm saying it like that, but thank you guys for jumping on.
Thanks for having us. But you brought back a lot of memories, man. Like it's really a trip down memory lane. I haven't thought about sneakers in a long time, and I really did. Like I almost placed myself back in that 14-year-old, just mind frame, man, which is just sickness.
I feel like buying some sneakers.
I got that feeling like I gotta jump down these escalators, man. Like
I'm gonna drop off the top floor.
Like, nah, you gotta give me Citrus 7s. Nah, it's coming through. It's coming home. It's coming home. Like he's like asking for sneakers at shows. Be like, listen, if you're trying to pull up, trying to chill,
we'll get you in free.
Yeah.
If anybody here manages a boutique, you know what I'm saying?
Nah. You at every show being like, all right, everybody who's if you a Foot Locker manager, put your hands up. Put your hands up. And you just like, what about Chance? Put your hands up, and you just start trying to find out. But like, yo, hit me up after the show. I'm be at the table. Like,
sickness. That's the thing with that right there. That's a valuable person right there.
Yeah. But like I said, thank you y'all for jumping on. And you know what we say every week: wear your kicks. Peace.